Close.
All right. Nwamaka, good evening. Good to have you. And
Good evening.
I'm sure that
Thank
one of
you
the
for
reasons we are virtual is because we don't want to be stuck in any beautiful traffic. If you know, you know. Anyways, good to have you this evening. And like I said, today we'll be talking about insurance exclusions, as well as what policies we need to be looking at, what are the important things we need to take note of as well. All right, without much ado, let's get into the conversation. But the first thing I want to ask is, why does having the right paperwork matter so much when I'm filing an insurance claim?
Okay, yeah, thank you for that. So, yeah, it's very important, and it's even very important not just for us, but even for our customers.
Okay.
So when we have, all documents that we need, it allows us, number one, verify that such an incident really did occur.
Right.
It also allows us to check if the incident in question is what was covered. And having all the documents, just allows for the process to be seamless and fast and quick, just giving a positive outcome for both us, as Mansard and the insured, making it really seamless. So it's really very important, really.
I like that. It makes it easier for you to just get everything you need sorted without having to, be hassled. You're now running helter-skelter like a headless chicken, as they like to say. So that makes it easier for you to know that your documents are here. Okay, this is what it is. And bam, 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 your claims are sorted. But I know that when it comes to different types of claims, when it comes to motor, property, and life, they're different. What are the documents? Yeah. Maybe you just give us a bit background on what we need to have or what we need to know, so we're not confusing. Because when it comes to motor, it's different from when it comes to life and when it comes to property.
Yeah, so it is different. The documentation needed for various policies differ. Okay. So, for example, one thing that we know that is common across board is the claim form. Everybody has to have the claim form. Be it life, motor, other types of property insurance. You all have to have the claim form.
All right.
Now, when it comes to specifics now for the policies, it also varies. So, for example, across board, there has to be evidence that such an event has occurred.
Okay.
Right? How do you evidence that in motor?
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to have pictures of the damage. How do you evidence that in other types of property? You have to have pictures that such damage did occur. How do you have that in life? Medical certificates, of course, of them.
Okay.
Right? So that, those are key, and then you go down to things like repair estimate, for motor or non-motor as well. But for life, there's no repair estimate. You can't so for life, you just need the claim form, the death certificate, the NPC, sometimes, but not all the time, the medical reports.
All right.
And then
we just take it. Then
pretty much the basics.
Those are the basics across board. All right. Yes. Awesome. Yeah. But are there documents that someone might forget? Maybe police report in the case of a car incident. Motor insurance. Is there, or are there any particular thing anyone can forget?
Yes. So one thing we see quite often, it's really in the motor side.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Where you have someone who hit our insured, for example, and there's this back
and forth,
and
honestly,
on the road, and then maybe the insured is not just in the road and just let's exchange
details.
Phone numbers.
Yes,
and then they pass away. But what happens when we now call? It wasn't me.
He now turns to Shaggy. It wasn't me. So who was it?
It wasn't.
Okay.
So some instances like that would, at the best minimum, get the person insurance certificate,
Okay.
Just anything to identify that individual to verify in question and to validate that that person actually has a valid insurance coverage. So usually you find that a lot of people, they forget. They're like, I just want to
get away from this scene. I can't even be bothered right now.
So we understand that, but we try to
help them also
make it top of mind by sending communication to say, oh, these are the things you require if you're faced with something like this.
That's actually very helpful, because like you said, it happens, and then instantly you're just thinking, can I just get away from here? I don't want to be here. And especially if you have an important event that you need to be at, and then that is holding you up, it just makes you sometimes want to lose steam. But hey, it is important to know what you need. If you don't know, ask the right questions so you aren't faltering when it comes to making your claims. But here is where I need to find out, how does AXA help their customers? For those who don't know what the right paperwork should be, or how, sometimes they forget. How does AXA come in all this?
Yeah. So we know that, life happens. Things take away your attention, So what we try to do is we try to send regular communication to customers, at intervals, just to, top of mind, keep it top of mind. We're not saying it's going to happen, but in the event that it does, please be aware that these are the things that you require. And we also have that information. If you go to our website and just, you can get someone to assist you with the documents that you require.
Right.
I mean, we have made it such that at every point there's someone to help you through the process.
That's actually very helpful. And I'm sure that includes, maybe if something happens almost immediately, I could just send a digital copy. I don't have to bring the physical copy because, that is paper trail, and that can actually be time delaying and all that. So I could just send you a digital copy of anything, of probably, originals of my certificate, as long as I have them digitally. Just send them to you for you to verify, as opposed to having to bring it physically to the office to make a claim. So that can help, right?
Yeah.
I had to ask that.
Just when someone coming to DI today,
I can't
have a claim. I used to grab the hard copies.
It wouldn't make sense. Just have your documents digitally, so you can always just access them and send them across to whoever needs it, and it will get sorted out. But what if, in the case, certain, like you said, things can happen, and in that instance, I probably have misplaced my documents. I don't even know where they are. What then happens if there's missing documents? How does AXA help in this instance?
Okay, so it depends on the document in particular.
Okay.
So different documents carry different levels of importance.
Okay.
Right? There are some that are very, very important. We can't do without it in the claims process.
Okay.
Right? So, I mean, I've listed out a couple of the, basic ones that we need.
Right.
So in the event, like, for example, a customer says, oh, I got an estimate for my garage, but suddenly I don't have it anymore. I mean, those things you can easily get back. The garage can draft another one, a new invoice and everything.
Right.
But sometimes we also have instances where the customer, probably his mechanic is not in town.
Right.
He needs to fix his documents, so he cannot provide you with the estimate of repairs.
Right.
So we have given our customers an opportunity to use our garage to say,
okay.
You don't have to, it's fine. Bring your vehicle, you fix it, and you're back on the road.
Right.
Easy people. You're back on the road.
As opposed to delaying you and waiting for forever to sort that out. You know what? We're almost out of time, so I'd like to ask quickly, for someone who isn't the most organized, what's an easy way to keep track of important insurance documents? Any simple tricks?
Well, I would say if you're dealing with hard copies,
Right.
we would advise have a folder
Okay.
properly labeled to outline the things that are contained for various policies. We have more than one, and sometimes we could even create a digital folder as well.
Okay.
And label all the documents in. And some people go as far as setting reminders, for when their next payment is due.
Right.
Even though we also send renewal notices, but some people just to help, just to help if just,
fast track it more or less.
You can send reminders. Yeah, exactly. And then you can set reminders just to be sure that all my documents, just for your own peace of mind.
Right.
All my documents are up to date. And just makes even the person's life easy.
Peace.
It makes life easy. Yes, it does.
All right.
It does.
Those are very interesting highlights that you shared this evening. Thank you so much, Nwamaka, for sending or sharing these insights. Trust me, a lot of things you don't realize are important, or you skip. It's not it's not that important, Jai. Let's skip this one, but could actually come in handy. So if you're the type that forgets things, please have a digital copy, so at any point in time you need it to make a claim, it is at your fingertips. If you save it on your phone, please back it up to any cloud.
Exactly.
So in case you miss any of your devices, you know that you can always go back to it. That is my own 2 cents. But, it's always interesting having these conversations and helping people realize that insurance isn't just a thing. It is important, just as your everyday, it's an everyday helpmate, if I will put it that way. Thank you so much, and I trust that you're looking forward to the weekend already.
Yeah.
You have to look already. So, hey, have a great weekend. And
thank you.
All right, Lagos. Well, to get more insight on the things that you need to, be aware about when it comes to insurance, what you can do is visit AXA Mansard on their website at www.axamansard.com or call toll-free 0700 AXA Mansard. Social media platforms are also always available for you to reach out to them on Facebook, Twitter, or X, and on LinkedIn. It is at AXA Mansard. However, on Instagram, it is at AXA Mansard_. Until next week, where we'll come again Monday, will be another time to get into the AXA Mansard Safe Cruise. But in the meantime, more music to keep you company as you journey along into the weekend.
AXA Mansard Safe Cruise. Brought to you by AXA Mansard Insurance PLC. AXA, know you can.